excited for this unboxing. It's unusual for me to get multiple gear items at once because I'm a budget guy and I usually am working with a budget, but I did some shopping online and also watched a lot of content during knife week, knife days / knife week, and ended up picking up some gear. It took a while to get here because one of the items was back ordered, and several of the other items have just been sitting on my shelf waiting for this video. I did check. I got some of this stuff from Knife Center, some of it from Amazon, and some from a new company which I had never heard of until about a week or two ago, Decoyu, which I think is a Chinese company, but they now have a Canadian storefront. So excited about that, to check out their stuff. It looked kind of interesting, competitor, multi-tool competitor to Leatherman. So I got a mix of things. I've got a couple knives, some multi-tools, and some pens, pocket screwdrivers. So I don't even know where to start, but since I've got two of these Decoyu boxes in their new company, I'm interested to look at some of this and see what it is. So maybe I'll open one of these. I'm not super impressed with the packaging so far. There's no really labels on it. It says Decoyu North American because it came from Canada, but obviously made in China. But it doesn't say what model it is, and they came pretty beat up. The boxes did, smashed and beat up. I ordered 4 things, so I'm guessing they combined them in the packaging. First impression, I'm not impressed with the packaging. Let's save that one for a second. Let's open this first. Okay, now I ordered 2 pairs of these. These are scissors, Decoyu scissors. Oh wow, it has a pocket clip. I didn't even realize that. And let's see how they open here. Ooh, it's a pretty healthy size pair of scissors. I was interested in this because of the new Swiss Army knife tool that just has a pair of scissors, and I wanted to try this. This looks like it's got a ruler. It's actually in American inches, and looks like a pretty good set of scissors. It's held together with the screw construction, so it looks like you could take them apart. That would be handy for sharpening. Spring loaded. The action seems good. I've got a few things that we can cut here because I knew there were scissors in here. So to test out. Okay, not bad, not bad. Obviously it will cut paper. Got some just standard 20-pound copy paper. Slices very nicely. Let's see how it does on cardboard. Cuts that, no problem at all. These seem to be a pretty good set of scissors, and I especially like that you can take them apart and sharpen them. They don't feel very heavy, so let's check that out on the scale here. All right, we're in grams. So 42 grams. Let's change the unit. And 1.5 ounces. I'm excited about this. It's a little long for some 5th pocket carry, but looks like something that could be useful. Check one other thing here. It doesn't seem to have any play. Even if it did, I think you could maybe adjust those screws and put some Loctite on them if you needed. Excited about that. Okay, let's see what else is in here. It's been so long, I gotta remember what I even ordered. Okay, so this is coming with some surgical steel blades. I think those must be replacement razor blades. They feel really flexible. Okay, this is a small, medium-sized multi-tool. It feels heavy, feels pretty solid. I think I was expecting something a little bit smaller, but it does come with a healthy pair of scissors. So I thought they were spring-loaded, but they aren't popping back open. The tip almost doesn't want to close all the way. You have to really press it. I guess it does. Okay, maybe it just needs a little work because they're not quite popping open when I do that. Since we have the scissors out, let's check that 550 paracord. Okay, it's cutting that. Got some orange here too. I think they're the same. Okay, let's try this on cardboard. This looks like a pretty thick, solid set of scissors. The only thing I'm not liking so far is how the spring is not bouncing back. There's some micro serrations on the blade there even. So they should be more like shears than scissors. I think they just had numbers for their models. So I don't remember exactly what this one cost, but it was pretty affordable. This one might have been the more expensive of the bunch. I think it was $29, $29.95 or something like that. This looks like a little tip for etching or scratching. I don't remember the tool set on these. It's not locking. Let's see what's on this side. Okay, a little package opener there. I can see some imperfections with the blade. So it's not sharpened by hand, obviously, and it's maybe not the best machined quality. Let's see what else we've got on here on the other side. Okay, a little parcel hook, belt cutter perhaps. Looks sharp enough. Okay, here we finally got to the replaceable blade. It's really flimsy. I'm guessing those kind of blades are supposed to be like that. How hard is it to take off, I wonder? Okay, just slip up and over like that. Okay, there we go. Nice, and it came with 2 replacements. I'm sure this is sharp. Let's try it on some. If you can't cut with a razor blade, you're in trouble. It's doing just fine. I wonder if this is the best quality or if you can get better quality ones. I like that it has a pair of scissors and a replaceable blade. That's a different option than you get in some multi-tools. Well, I thought that was locking for a second, but it didn't actually lock. So interesting. I wonder if there's any other secrets on here I didn't know about. So far, I would give this about 3.5 stars. It does cut great, but it feels heavy and the spring loading is not working all that great. I'll put the model numbers down in the description because I don't remember. And it feels heavy. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, 5.5 ounces for a small multi-tool, not much bigger than the PowerPoint pint. That feels heavy. That is heavy. Okay, and the sheath is not impressive, but for $30, I don't think it's a bad buy. And it was kind of fun to check out a new company. We'll save the other one maybe for a minute. Let's see what we got next. Let's try this pen. Oh no, this is actually a pencil. I was watching another YouTuber and he said that this is the only pencil he uses now. So I wanted to see if it was that good because I think it was under $10, which obviously you can buy a pack of pencils a lot cheaper than that. But let me see if I can get this bad boy open here without cutting myself too badly. I wonder if it's got lead in it. It takes 0.5 and it is the Kurutoga by Uni. It says Mitsubishi pencil. Oh no, yeah, Mitsubishi pencil. I don't know what. Yeah, Mitsubishi pencil. Okay, well, if it's made by Mitsubishi, I know they make cars, but I didn't know they made pencils. Okay, it's lightweight, definitely. Feels like a mechanical pencil. I thought it would be maybe have some metal. This feels like it could be metal down here with some knurling. I'm not sure what that little red mark there is supposed to indicate. The lead's coming out, so it does have lead in it. How's the pocket clip? Feels okay. What do we have? Oh, it does have a very small eraser at the tip there. Well, let me write on here and see what we got. Well, I am impressed. Actually, I didn't say much because it was just so smooth. Let me check how the eraser works. Wow, that is a really good eraser too. The eraser's gonna go fast though because of how small it is. Hopefully you can get replacements. That's not bad for 10 bucks. You know, you could get a whole pack of mechanical pencils for 10 bucks, but nothing that's gonna feel quite this quality. See how that tip comes down to a nice fine writing angle, and that knurling there feels pretty good. And it's kind of tapered. The pen gets wider towards the bottom, but is narrow at the top. It kind of gives it all the weight is down in the hand instead of up here on the top. I like that. It's actually really, for a writing instrument, it's pretty well balanced because you want the weight down here in the hand. I do like that. I gotta say, I do like that. Okay, this turned a little bit, the red part, so maybe it keeps track of how much lead you have in there, which that could be a useful feature too. So far, I like that. That could be in the like pile. Very good. Do like that. All right, let's see. Some of this stuff you guys are going to be familiar with. This is nothing new. These have been around for a while. I just didn't have one. I have a number of Gerber multi-tools. In fact, if you watched my multi-tool video that I did the other day where I showed all of my whole collection, you can see that I have a bunch of multi-tools, and I do have some Gerber, but I didn't have a Gerber ARMBAR, and they make a lot of different varieties, a lot of different flavors. This one looks pretty cool. It's in bronze, and I think it just has the screwdriver and the blade, which I thought would be good quality implements. I didn't necessarily need another corkscrew or anything like that. That's gonna be kind of hard to cut with my little knife here without damaging myself. Let's put these little scissors to the test, because this feels like a pretty heavy zip tie here. And I was gonna grab some zip ties, but I did not. I can't even get this under there. There we go, okay. Oh, snipped right through it. No problem at all. The problem is going to be trying to get under. Wow, these are great. So far, my favorite thing is these little scissors. That's gonna work its way into my rotation this next week. I don't think there's anything else in the box that we need to look at. So many of you probably have this tool, are familiar with it. Okay, it's black on that side, bronze on this side. It's got a lock. I thought those were supposed to be locking. That's disappointing. But this was on sale for $19.99. You can't complain about that too much. And I looked on Knife Center, and these are still on sale, so maybe it wasn't a Knife Center special. That's how they get me. They tell me it's a special for this day or this week only, and then they have it on sale for a whole month or more. The The blades, nothing special. I don't feel any flaws in it. I don't see a lot of flaws. I can't remember what the blade steel is, but it's certainly not a premium steel. Okay, it is locking, liner lock. The best thing about this is the screwdriver. You know, you have an inline driver that's got a fairly long reach, and you can have that in your pocket. It'd be nice if it had a half stop so you could get some more leverage. It doesn't have a detent there. It just has a detent on the full open. So they could have done a better job with this tool. Is it a multi-tool? Does it have 3 functions? I guess it has flathead Phillips and a knife. I think there's something back here. Ooh, the ubiquitous bottle cap lifter. Okay, so it does have a cap lifter bottle opener. That technically makes it a multi-tool. All right, Gerber, not bad. I do like the bronze color and the texture on there. That's good. A little thick, but not bad. I would give that 4 stars probably. Okay, what next? All right, since we're talking about screwdrivers, let's do this guy. Same video. I think it was Max Level. He did a Max Level EDC. He did a video on items under $10, and a lot of them I hadn't heard of before, and that's where I got that idea for that pencil from, and wanted to try it out. And then he also mentioned this 13-piece pen screwdriver from Strebitos. Looks like it has some cool features. Okay, it has a number of different bit sizes. Let's check it out. Oh well, it feels good. It feels aluminum quality. Looks like it's got a magnet on the top there. Yep. Not strong enough to pick up the arm bar. We'll find out if this pen is actually metal. It is not. Just the pocket clip is the only metal thing on that pencil. Okay, yeah, it does have good knurling there. It looks like the magnetic top rotates, spins and rotates. Okay, that's how we get all the bits out. Well, that's fun. You know, this is actually not bad. See how hard it is to get one of these bits out of here. Is that as far as it goes in? Okay, I don't think I had it in all the way. Okay, yeah, I could see that being a good pocket tool. Trying to think what else I could say about it. The pocket clip is terrible, but again, these are items under $10, so you're not going to argue with that too much. Getting that many bits and an aluminum screwdriver for $10, that's going to be a little bit cheaper than the Hoto, even when it's on sale. So yeah, cool. All right, I've got 2. Oh, it did come with a little sleeve. I don't know if I'll use that, but we shall see. All right, cool. I want to save these 2 for last. So let's see what else is in the Decoyu here. Okay, something big is in here. Oh, again, they stuck 2 things in. So I'll tell you what this is. This is just another pair of scissors. I like to color code my EDC, and so for $4.95, I could get these scissors in 2 different colors, silver and black. So we don't need to test that again, but they're the same thing, just silver and black. The ruler is a little bit easier to see on the black model. So anyways, there you go. Sorry if this isn't getting on the screen. I never have the best setup for that kind of stuff. All right, this I kind of wanted to get this to compare with the ARMBAR because it's a similar concept. Same with the Leatherman. Looks like they're similar concept here. This is obviously quite a bit thicker, but it looks like it does have screwdriver and some of the similar features. It's got a ruler along the top. Okay, it does have an inline screwdriver. It takes normal size 1/4 inch bits. All right, that's not bad. Is it locking? No, not locking, but it has a solid detent. Okay, let's see what else they managed to fit in here. Of course, there's a blade, a sleeve on the blade. Interesting. Okay. It does look like you could take that apart and get that blade out. It is locking. Similar locking mechanism to the knife on the Gerber liner lock. They almost copy that exactly. Okay. I do like that long clip point on there. I don't know if that's a rat tail. It's not too thick to be a rat tail, but maybe a California clip. There's something on the other side here. Ooh, another pair of scissors. Oh, don't tell me those are not so there. I didn't have them locked in. I was like, those gotta be spring loaded. All right, let's get our testing materials here. Not good, not good. Okay, these scissors are trash. Let's see, can they cut cardboard? Yes, they can cut cardboard. Can they cut paper? Certainly they should be able to cut paper, but they cannot cut 550 paracord. For a big pair of scissors like that, that's disappointing. They should be able to cut better. Decoyu, not impressed. It is locking. Okay, let's see. We've got some more implements on the inside here. Can opener, maybe a wire stripper. All right, let's see what else we've got. We've got a small flathead with a cap lifter. We've got a scraper / big flathead. And then we've got some kind of a reamer / awl there. I don't know if any of these are locking. Yep, those are locking. Okay, so it's got a back lock here. It's got a back lock to test it there. Anyways, it does have a pocket clip. I'd say medium duty pocket clip. It's gonna get bad. KOSTKA, not quite up to Leatherman standards, but also not Leatherman price. I think this was $25, $24.95. So, not bad, not bad, but maybe those scissors are killing me though. 2.5, 3 stars. Is the blade even sharp? Let's check. Okay, so there's one positive. Well, maybe not. Seem to have hit a snag there. Started out good. I just can't get it started. See if the Gerber's any better. Ooh, it's tearing too. All right, the Gerber's better. It feels better. It's easier to get started. All right, Decoyu, yeah, 2.5 stars. It's heavy too. What does it weigh? Obviously, it has a lot more instruments than the Gerber. 4.36 ounces. I think that little one weighed more than that. Yes, 5. This weighs a whole ounce more. All right, and they both came with not great sheaths. This ARMBAR style tool did come with some extra bits in the sheath right here. So I guess you have some storage for some extra bits. Not too bad. What did the Gerber weigh? 2.58 ounces, so half the weight. And you've got a better, I would say a better knife, because those scissors are just crap. All right, down to the last two. This is not new. Everybody's familiar with this, but this was the first time I'd seen them for 74 bucks. Demco Shark Lock. This is the Shark Cub, I think. I don't know if it says on there, but it's the smaller one. That's a cool pouch with the patch on it. We got the cloth. I like this pouch. It's got multiple pockets in it. Oh, it's got a different pocket clip in there. That's nice. Okay, this is what I was excited for. Now I hear these are a little stiff out of the box, so I guess we'll find out. Demco Shark Club. It has the shark lock on it. It says Demco knives on it. 80 20.5. So it's not the Shark Cub, it's the 20.5. All right, I don't even know what I bought. So look at that. Isn't that blade cool? Nice sheep's foot there. Yeah, it's not real fidgety yet out of the box. It's gonna take some time to get worked in. It's really thin. That's what you notice right away. The handles are thin, the blade is not. That is a thick blade. And it feels solid when it's locked. That is a good quality lock with some jimping on there. Good texturing on the handle. Don't have to worry about bending the clip because you got another one. I wonder if they're different for right and left. Maybe that's why it came with two. Awesome, awesome. Do like that. And who doesn't love a shark lock? All right, let's see if we can get this. I'm having to put some wrist action into it. But it is a cool looking knife. I don't mind that split pea soup handle. I don't have anything in that color, so that's pretty cool. Excited about that. I'm sure it's sharp. Let's see if we can cut something with it. Best one yet. That's what you get for having a little bit more premium of a knife. This is just D2 still, made in Taiwan. But D2 is probably one of my favorite budget stills. It just has those big carbides in there, holds an edge really well, and this edge is sharpened. Ooh, razor sharp. Very nice edge. Liking that. Last one, and this is nothing fancy, but this is the whole reason why I couldn't do this video sooner, because this little guy was back ordered. This is some ridiculously crappy steel, like it's 440A. But a 7-year guarantee. How amazing is that? These are out of some Eastern European country, Czech Republic. And it is much tinier than I thought. I know I read the description, but the images looked a lot bigger, so I was expecting something a little bigger than this little pocket guy. But I'm always a sucker for unique pocket knives, especially ones with unique opening mechanisms. And I can't wait to try this one out. It just looked really classy and elegant. I don't know if I'll even be able to figure out. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Did you catch that? I don't know if I can do that again. Not a lot of labeling on the blade, just really clean. Classic. Look at that. Twist that and twist that. Beautiful. I'm not disappointed with that at all. That is a really clean, almost a classic, traditional looking pocket knife. Let's see how sharp this 440A is. Not sharp. No surprise there, right? At least you should be able to get it sharp fairly easily, but it was not going to hold an edge. It is not sharp at all. Can it cut paracord? Barely. Have to force it through. But it is a clean looking knife. That is a gentleman's knife if I've ever seen one. Really classy. You wouldn't even probably know you're holding a knife. It's probably more of a fidget toy than a knife. Somebody looked at that and they'd be like, what is that? I do like it. For the simple mechanism that it is. This was about, I think, $34. For the material, that's not good. But for the uniqueness of that opening mechanism, that's very cool. Well, awesome so far. The only thing that's getting 5 stars from me is these Decoyu scissors. $4.95. I will go back. That will be in everybody's stocking this year. And this would get 5 stars for sure. Very sharp, very fidgety, very comfortable. Definitely a good quality knife for $74.95 all day long. The pencil is good. The screwdriver's good. Gerber, and Decoyu, your multi-tools need some work. Still not getting to the top tier of stuff there. But thanks for watching. So I can't remember if I've told this one before, but King Osmindis of the Assyrians was broke after years of war, and his last valuable possession was a rare diamond called the Star of the Euphrates. So he went to the local pawnbroker, Croesus, and he goes to Croesus and he says, hey, how much will you give me for this diamond? And Croesus looks at it. He says, I'll give you 100,000 dinar for it. And King Osmindis says, 100,000 dinar? He says, I paid 1,000,000 dinar for it. Don't you know who I am? And Croesus looks at him and says, look, King, when you wish to pawn a star, it makes no difference who you are.